Hey everyone, it's Audrey here and welcome to the Permission to Hustle podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Today's podcast is all about your hustle and your hobby. How the heck can you connect those two, right? Well, listen, we are firm believers over at Permission to Hustle, Vera and I both, that it's so important for you to have a hobby because it really can help your hustle. All right. It's one of those things where sometimes we just really need an outlet. And I'm going to get into 5 reasons why we both truly believe that the best thing that you can probably do for your hustle is to have a hobby. It is something that we really believe in. We both have different hobbies, but it is one thing that we firmly believe is so important for you. You know, we've said it before and, we're going to say it again here. And it's one of those things that we truly believe in and why we started Permission to Hustle. And if you're not part of our Facebook group, we really encourage you to head over to Facebook, join Permission to Hustle. It's a private group, but we absolutely love it. We love inspiring. We love motivating, not just us. What we love about the group is that it really has morphed into truly just this group on its own where people contribute and they share. And it's something that we always dreamed would happen and hoped would happen. And it really has now come to fruition. So please head on over and join that. We love having people in there. But, one thing we've always said about hustle is, and we've had people ask us, what is a hustle? Like, how do you define a hustle? What exactly is your hustle? And, for both Vera and I, we have the same hustle. We're digital entrepreneurs. We're digital influencers. We are 2 women that genuinely have a passion for creating something from nothing. And that is our hustle. We hustle every single day, creating content, working on ideas. We're also best friends in addition to being business partners. And we just genuinely have this love of being able to create. And for us, it's content on social media. So that's our hustle. But we fully know and recognize that everybody's hustle is different. Your hustle might be working in corporate America. Your hustle might be being the president of the PTA at your child's school. Your hustle might be that you are a writer or that you are a teacher. Everybody's hustle is different. We really truly define hustle as whatever you have a passion for, whatever you truly wake up every single morning excited to go out and do. Because let's face it, when you have a job and you're working and you have passion behind it, that means that you're working really hard, you're determined, and you have a lot of grit and you have a lot of devotion and really dedication to what it is that you do. And that is your hustle. That's the hustle. That's the hustle that keeps you going. So why is having a hobby good for your hustle, right? Why is that important? Well, for Vera and I, we've come up with 5 different reasons why really stepping out of your comfort zone or really being able to bring something else in can help you. Now, the first thing is, it's a great way to escape. Let's face it. When you have a hobby that you love, that means that it's something that you do on your own, that most likely you're not getting paid to do. It's just truly something that from the tips of your fingers to the bottom of your toes that you just love. You love to do. You do it without thinking. You do it without thought. You just love to do it. It's a hobby. Maybe it's sketching, maybe it's singing, maybe it's working out. For me personally, it's reading. I love to read. Specifically romance books. The trashier, the better. No joke, literally. But for me, truly, that's my hobby. That allows me a great escape from my hustle. I love what I do. I love working, on Mom Generations and Permission to Hustle. I love working with my best friend. I love creating content, but it's work. It's a lot of work. There are days when it's an overwhelming amount of work and it's very stressful. So I rely on my hobby as my escape, because if I didn't have an escape, then I wouldn't be as focused on my hustle as I should be, because I would allow it to consume me. And I don't want my hustle to consume me. I want my family and my friends and other things to truly consume me. In my hustle, when it does truly bring a lot of maybe stress sometimes, I rely on reading a trashy romance at night to bring me back, to let me escape. Maybe it's 20 minutes, maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's an hour, whatever it is. A hobby can really truly be a great escape for your hustle. So we really do encourage you to find that escape from whatever it is. I know for, one of my friends, it's running. She loves to run. She runs every single day, not maybe as far one day as she does other days, but for her, even if she's out there for 10 minutes, it's an escape. Nobody can call her. Nobody can get in touch with her. She's just escaping, and that is her hobby. She loves to do that. Now, another reason why it's also really important to have a hobby to make your hustle even better is that, your hobby can inspire you and motivate you in ways you didn't even know. So I was just talking about my friend who loves to run. And she loves to run because for her, like I just said, it's an escape. She's a hardworking businesswoman and she has a lot of people that rely on her. So her hobby is just kind of getting out there and running. She loves it. She does 5Ks and road races all over New England. But she's often said to me, one thing that comes from my hobby of running is I'm really inspired and motivated. She goes, I will come back from a run and literally rush to the kitchen and grab a pen and a piece of paper and jot down a bunch of ideas that came up during my run. So she loves that piece of it. It allows her creative juices to flow. And she's able to really benefit from this awesome hobby that she has and she loves to do. But it's also in a really positive way, impacting her hustle at the same time. So if your hobby has the ability to do that for your hustle, that's like a double thumbs up. That's awesome. Keep doing that. Now, another reason why it's really great to have a hobby to really improve and make your hustle even better is that it's good to have other outlets. It's good to have other things that you love to do. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this because I'm just thinking it's the truth and I hope it's the truth. But if you have a hustle and you're working really hard at your hustle, I'm assuming you're good at it. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm assuming you're good at it, or I'm assuming that you're good enough where you're going to keep working hard at it. So you might not be to the level you want to be at. You might not be making the money you want to be making yet, but you're good enough at it to know that this is something that you want to keep doing and that you see a future in. So having a hobby can really be a great way to have just another outlet. To be able to have another hobby, that you not only enjoy, but that you're good at. It's good to have things that you're good at in your arsenal. And listen, I love to read, and I'm just going to say, I guess I'm a good reader. I'm going to say that. But being a good reader gives me the outlet to then be able to be a better writer. And I write every single day for my job. So that's important to me. It's something that genuinely is something that I love to do. But it's a good outlet for me. It's a really great way for me to benefit my hustle. Now, a fourth reason is, and this is another benefit in terms of what kind of hobby you have, but it's great to be able to meet new people. One of my friends is a yogi, so she loves yoga. So every Sunday she gets to go and do yoga, and she has a great group of people that meet together every Sunday. And for her, it's like the best of both worlds because she's able to kind of expand her tribe. These are other people that maybe she wouldn't have met before, but they love the same thing. Their hobby is the same thing. Now, I know a lot of people that are in running groups or biking groups. I know I could join a book club, for example, because I love to read. I could meet other women, other men out there that genuinely love to read the same kind of books that I do. I could go on Twitter and I could join Twitter parties at night about maybe romance movies. Hallmark has this every Saturday night where I could go on a specific hashtag. And really what I'm doing is I'm meeting other people. And here's the beauty about meeting other people, as we all hopefully know in this world, in this universe. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to connect with. You never know who's out there that could potentially help with your hustle. And that within itself is an awesome thing to be able to keep in your back pocket when you're doing your hobby, is that you just never know who's out there. You never know who could potentially help you in your hustle, all that was met through the same love of whatever it is your hobby is. So never, ever, ever think that something as simple as meeting somebody couldn't help change the rest of your life. It's pretty amazing when you stop and think about it. And the fifth reason why we really do think it's important for you to have a hobby to really help benefit and push your hustle is that you might find that you're able to bridge together your hustle and your hobby. And I'm going to give an example of this. So one of our friends was a writer. She was an influencer and she wrote every single day on her blog. And she has now turned into a professional writer. She's an author. You never know when a hobby that you have could potentially turn into something, a hustle, that will potentially turn into your full-time job. And this is the thing about life that I know enough stories now, whether it be YouTubers that started off just doing, I'll never forget reading a story about one beauty beauty blogger out there. A blogger is like a video influencer who started, she's loved makeup. She just started doing her videos. It was her hobby. She just wanted to share the makeup products that she got. She wanted to share how she put on her face and why she chose colors. And it just morphed into this incredible career as being a professional vlogger on YouTube, sharing her beauty. It's what she loved. And there's a sustainability because people are always searching beauty products. It's not viral content. It's not just like a one and done type thing. You know, as a woman myself, I'm always searching on ways to how to do contouring, how to apply this, what's the newest MAC makeup, you know, just whatever it is. And that kind of content she has put out there. It went from a hobby into a full-time hustle. Now, that's just, you know, obviously one example, but there's so many things that you could do that you could turn into a hobby, into a full-time hustle. But we really just wanted to throw this podcast out into the universe because it is important to have a hobby. It is important to have escapes and outlets for you to be able to use your brain, your creative juices in different ways that you're used to. It's important to give yourself that gift too. I know a lot of us work really hard, and on top of that, we have families and we have friends and we have our lives and our homes, and we're all trying to balance. And one of the healthiest things that we can do for ourselves is to be able to give ourselves the ability to kind of check out sometimes for something that we genuinely love to do. And hobbies, again, take different shapes and forms, and it's different probably for everybody. But don't be afraid to find a hobby if you don't have one. And if you have a hobby, don't be afraid to do it more often. I don't read enough. And that was something that I really stopped and thought about this past spring, is I read a lot of business books. I don't read a lot of romance books. I love romance books. I always buy them when I see them out, but I don't sit down and read them. And I made a pact to myself this past May when I flew somewhere that, you know what, I'm going to read. I want to read every night, whether it's a page or 100 pages. I want to be able to bring that outlet, that hobby back into my world because I loved it. It's fun for me. So find the time to be able to bring that in. I think that the biggest thing that we all have to learn too in life is that it doesn't need to be 10 hours of doing something. It can be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It can be small, but it can be impactful. So really make sure you find that hobby. Share with us what your hobbies are. I think it's always so much fun to learn about each other, what our different hobbies are. And again, I know Vera's hobbies are different than mine. And you know what? That's what makes the world go round. So thanks so much for listening. Make sure, again, you head over to our Facebook page, join Permission Hustle. Find us on Instagram at Permission Hustle as well. And thank you guys so much for listening. And head on over to our other episodes and check them out. Remember, everybody, keep giving yourself permission to hustle.